What is going on, guys? Saiyan Motion here, back with another What If video, and today we're visiting an oldie but a goodie. What if Vegito never defused? Now, for those OGs of the channel, you guys know that was my first ever What If, but I made a couple mistakes, or multiple mistakes, while I was scripting that. It's the first ever series on my channel, so I'm gonna go back and fix those mistakes on the first What If redo of the channel. But before we begin, let's hit 10 likes for Vegito if you guys want this series to continue. It's totally up to you. But let's jump into this video. The first mistake was why Vegito wouldn't defuse. And the timing of it, of course. Now, I realized as I was researching this and putting more thought into it as well, maybe I can make it to where the Potara just don't defuse people. But I did end up coming to settle down with this. The timing, though, it would not be the Boo saga. Vegito defused inside of Boo, and a more interesting turn for diffusion is for it to just defuse because of Boo's magic. With Vegito defusing inside of Boo, this results in the normal continuation of the Boo saga with Kid Boo being born, destroying Earth, and after a long stretched out fight, killed and reincarnated as Oob because of Goku. But you may ask, why defuse Vegito if the point of the What If is to keep him fused? Well, Vegito does appear again in the Goku Black arc. That's right, Goku Black. Although Salad Sand and Smux did this, I want to take a different turn, and I have better, or not better, they're way better than me, but different writing than them. Before fusing into Vegito, the two people, Goku and Vegito of course, the Saiyans are told by Kibito Shin, or Shin, whatever you want to say there, tells them that the fusion is permanent, and that the only reason they didn't stay fused was because of Boo's magic. With sadness in her eyes and a bit of shock, Bulma comes to realize that there's no other way but this to beat Zamasu. As she looks on at Trunks getting demolished, she realizes there's no time. After shedding a quiet tear, she smiles and walks up to Vegeta, hugging him. As she lets him go, she watches the two who look at each other and give each other a nod. With a smirk, they put on the earrings, and with a flash of light, the two Saiyans are now one. Vegito, just like the original, takes on Zamasu, and the fight goes like the original, except of course, the fusion time does not run out. They continue their assault, and they're actually able to land that devastating punch they weren't able to do when they defused, of course. This damages Zamasu even more. And, just like the original, the two go for a final flash. But this is much later than what happened in the original series, and their assault has taken its damage. The final Kamehameha is shot at the Fuse Warrior, the evil one, of course, and just as it lands, it kills him. And just as they're about to celebrate the dub, it's cut short when they hear Zamasu, the voice. It's when Vegito realizes that he can't be killed, and after trying multiple times, he gets severely damaged. He then looks in his belt for Senzus because he's hurt alongside Trunks, but what he finds is more than what he expected. It's the Zeno button. Now, the Goku side and the Vegeta side are debating here on whether or not to click it, but Vegeta soon realizes that there's no other way, and after it's pressed, the events go much like the original, with the future timeline getting erased, Trunks coming back alongside Mai, and them going back to an alternate timeline. And that's where the future Trunks arcs come to an end. Now, Vegeta and Goku do end up staying fused, and for everyone, they kind of have to get used to this. Like I mentioned in my previous version of this What If, Bulla may or may not be born, but that's up for debate. But I am going to do a bit of power scaling here, and I'm going to leave Bulla up for debate. If she were to be born just like Multiverse, she would be the strongest mortal ever to be born, as she is the daughter of the strongest mortal being alive. And now, I know some people might say Vegito is not as strong as Beerus, but I disagree. If you look back in the series, just Goku here. Battle of Gods. Goku was told by Beerus now that he was using 80% of his power. 80% was enough to overpower a Super Saiyan God Goku. Now, between the Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F, Goku gets multiple times stronger and closes in the gap just a tiny bit. And he also has a new transformation, one that's 50 times stronger in his blue form, of course, then in the Super Saiyan God version. This starts to close the gap between them even more. Then later on, Goku uses Kaioken times 10, freaking Beerus out by the power it's holding, and Whis even points out that Beerus is slightly scared. He later then goes on to use Kaioken times 20 in the fight against Jiren, and this is probably now getting really close to Beerus' power level, if not even with him. He finally uses Mastered Ultra Instinct and Ultra Instinct Sign to overpower him. Vegito amplifies the power of both users by quite 100-fold. So Blue Goku is most likely nothing compared to Vegito. Even in base, I feel like Vegito would be stronger. On top of that, Vegito can use Super Saiyan Blue, and most likely all the techniques the two have, including the Kaioken. This, in my opinion, would overpower Beerus. But there's more power scaling where that came from, so let's continue on with the story. The Future Trunks arc, and after that, it actually remains peaceful. Goku doesn't end up asking Zeno for the Tournament of Power because it's Vegito instead, and even though Goku's still in there, Vegeta's personality overpowers Goku because of the danger it involves of asking Zeno for a tournament, after being warned by Whis and Goku. But lucky for Goku, Zeno does eventually come up with an idea alongside his future counterpart to start the Tournament of Power, because they were getting bored. They end up needing extra people, one more than in the original, and although Frieza is one of them, they need one more, and after long thought and quite a bit of back and forth between if they should get another evil person on the team, Vegito comes up with someone. Future Trunks. Although Trunks is happy to participate, the results not the best, being of course getting erased. Now, we have the fighters and the Tournament of Power ready and on its way to go. But that's gonna start in the next part. So what did you guys think about this part? Did you like the remake? Leave your comment suggestions down below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you want to be a real Super Saiyan 4, hit the like and subscribe button. Hit the bell to get notified when I upload, and thank you so much for watching. This video was slightly shorter, but I had to cut it short to be able to get it out by time. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!